Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is I. The only reason you know it is I is because of the voice. I know if you're watching on the Facebook live stream, boo. Oh, what a oh, I've got a bit of a hair issue going on. Well, not only on top, but on the bottom of my face, as many of you can tell. And what we're going to do is we're going to click this little button over here. We got a lot going on today. There's a lot going on. I don't even know where to start. I had a few things written down, and I was looking at it, and I thought, you know what? Nah, I'm not feeling that. I don't want to do that. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and have a little bit of fun this morning. It is a Monday morning. It's 7:02 a.m. here on 216 the net, 216thenet.com. And I think that what we're going to do for the rest of the morning is just play a few songs. We might do a little bit of comedy. I kind of need that myself to be, just to let you know where I am at. I kind of need a little bit of laugh, a little bit of stuff to laugh at. So maybe we may do a little Kathleen Madigan a little bit later in the morning here. Certainly, what we're going to do is pick up a few more tunes here. We've got a little bit of tunage, a little bit of songage going on here that we can get in. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the morning here, the rest of the morning. All of you that are catching us either now on the YouTube live stream, Facebook live stream, good morning. We're just now checking in. And many of you are probably doing a bit of a double take because you've never seen this version of Uncle Pete in the morning. And that is true. It is Uncle Pete in the morning here on 216 the net, 216thenet.com. And we're going to go ahead and get rolling. But yeah, you guys have actually, no one has seen this version of Uncle Pete in the morning in about 20 years. And those of you on the radio, well, you're just missing out. I imagine you'll hear about it sooner or later, or maybe I'll mention what occurred over this weekend and why people have not seen this version of Uncle Pete in the morning. But meanwhile, let's just kick off the morning with a little bit of a reminder, shall we?
Took us right, hit the ground. End up like a dog, that's gonna be too much. Till you spend half your life just to cover it up now. Born in the USA, I was born in the USA. I was born in the USA.
Thanks, Ted. I'm not enjoying it myself much, but thank you very much.
Son, don't you understand now? I had a brother, I can't solve, fighting off and with big tall, but still there, he's all gone. He had a woman, he looked inside now. I got a picture of the letter.
Born in the USA, folks. And, well, man, welcome to the danger zone. This is ridiculous, you guys.
Having a place, listen to a house of love. Never under tension, begging you to touch and go. Highway to the danger zone. Burning to the danger zone. Heading into twilight, spreading out her wings tonight. She got you jumping off the deck, shoving into overdrive. Highway to the danger zone. Take it right into the danger zone. You never say hello to you until you get it on the red line, low. You never know what you can do until you get it on the line where you can go. Out on the edges, always where I burn to be. Further on the edge, hotter the intensity. Highway to the danger zone. Gonna take it right into the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. Right into the danger zone.
Good morning again, Facebook live stream. Apparently, the song we started off with this morning will get you banned on Facebook immediately, like they drop your video. If you'd like to know what that song was, shoot me a little message. I'll share it with you. I found that action by Facebook just grossly reprehensible. I really did. That was something else. But, you know, this song seems a little bit appropriate as well.
That's why they call me bad company, but I can't deny. Bad company till the day I die.
Good morning.
Till the day I die. Rebel souls, deserters we are called. Chose a gun and threw away the sword. Now these times.
Good morning, Tony. How you doing this morning?
Six gun sound is our claim to fame. I can hear them say, bad company, and I won't deny. Bad company till the day I die. Till the day I die.
Well, Wendy Munson, I'm not happy about that comment. It's coming back though. This no beard thing was a very, very ill-conceived idea, and it will never happen again. I have not been without a beard in a little over 20 years. I did it once a little over 20 years ago. Now I remember why I did not do it for another 20 years. And it will be at least another 20 before I perhaps forget about this incident, because it is going to go ahead and grow back. And so long as I can remember this is why I am on the air, even though not, on the air, but, no one can see me over radio. Now I certainly have the face for radio. This is yikes. Anyway, I am never going to do the no beard thing again. So enjoy it or don't. Perhaps use this may be for your amusement. It may be not. But hopefully you still enjoy the morning. It is a wonderful Monday morning here on Uncle Pete in the Morning. We are having good times, and there's a little bit of a theme here for a few songs that we'll be catching at least on the Facebook live stream a little bit later this morning. I do hope that you'll join me when we leave the Facebook live stream. We're going to go hang out. We're always hanging out on the YouTube live stream, but we're going to listen to a little comedy this morning. We're going to do a little Kathleen Madigan in a little bit here. Right now, this is Jane's Addiction. Been caught stealing. Some of you have.
I've been caught stealing once when I was 5. I ain't just stealing. I get sick from the stack. But let's just stay simple fact. When I want something and I don't want to pay for it, then I walk right through the door. I walk right through the door. Hey, alright, break it by. It's mine, mine, oh mine. Hey! Yeah, my girl, she's one too. She gon' get her skirt, stick it in her shirt.
And on top of no beard, I'm just having a terrible hair day. I don't know. Whatever.
She did it just like that. When she wants something, man, she don't wanna pay for it. She walked right through the door. Walk right through the door. Hey, alright, I get by. It's a mine, mine, oh mine. Let's go.
Hey, Melinda making your morning a 9. I'm glad it's a 9. That's awesome.
Sat around the bar, sat and left, and waving into the air. And what did it just like that? When we want something, man, we don't wanna pay for it. We walk right through the door. Walk right through the door. Hey, alright, fuck it, bye. It's a it's a
Oh my, oh my, oh my. So many of you out there been caught stealing. Don't do that.
You gotta keep them separated.
They like the latest fashion. They like the spread of disease. The kids are stepping on the way to the classroom. Getting weapons with the greatest of ease. They can't say, "Hello, get this look down." They have to catch us laughing and it's all of a pound. And one guy's got them and the others told me they're gonna patch it up, patch it up, patch it up, patch it up. Hey, a man, you're talking back to me. Take a look.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey, a man, you disrespect for me.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey, don't pay no mind. We're under 18, what we doing anytime. Hey, come on and play.
I'm glad we got one you love, Melinda. Hope this cranks your Monday morning right on up for you.
By the time you hear the siren,
This is, of course, Come Out and Play by The Offspring. Because why wouldn't you?
separated.
Hey, make it talking back to me.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey, pay no mind. You're under 18, you won't be doing it tiny out of hey, come out and play. It goes out the same as the thousand before. No one's yet as hard on those running the score. Everyone is free and then the violence and hate. It's gonna tie a rope, tie a rope, tie a rope. Hey, man, it's talking back to me.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey, man, you're disrespecting me.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey, you don't mind. You're under 18, you won't be doing any tiny out. Hey, come out and play.
Hey, come out and play. And if you can't, be respectful. If you noted the song, keep disrespecting me. You're going to tie your own rope, and then you're going to have to keep everybody separated. You know what, folks? Go out and play. It's a friggin' nice day out. I don't know, those of you on the video live streams, if you can see the window behind Uncle Pete, it's super bright. It is amazing, sunny, bright and sunny blue skies out today. Absolutely wonderful. It's going to be, and this is not a weather report because, of course, you know we don't do weather. If you don't want to know what the weather is, look out your own damn window. I don't know what the weather is where you are. If you're next door to Uncle Pete, you get the same weather I do, so woohoo. And over here, it's a beautiful, beautiful day in the morning, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And we're going to do one more tune here on the Facebook live stream. Then we're going to go head over. All you on Facebook, you can come join us on the 216thenet YouTube channel if you want to watch. If you want to listen, tune into 216thenet.com. Click listen live, hang out with us all day long. All kinds of stuff going on today. And then, of course, you can download that app, 21.6 The Net. Go find, for all you Droid users, you can get that on the Google App Store right now. 21.6 The Net on the Google App Store. Meanwhile, let's take a little trip down to Georgia with the Charlie Daniels Band. I like this song. No, my Mary Catherine doesn't, but I like this song. Woohoo! Well, Ted, I'm glad you didn't die. I'm glad you didn't, and congrats on living. That's freaking awesome. 94 degrees in Woodstock. Ted gives you the weather there. So, weather from Ted. Ted, we're happy you're here. Very.
Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you'd care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now, you play pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul, because I think I'm better than you. The boy said, my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet, and you're going to regret, because I'm the best as ever been. Johnny, rosin up your bow and play your fiddle hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia, and the devil deals the cards. And if you win, you get this shiny fiddle made of gold, but if you lose, the devil gets your soul. The devil opened up his case and he said, I'll start this show. And fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. And he pulled the bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. And then a band of demons joined in and it sounded something like this. When the devil finished, Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son, but sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. Fire on the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in the bread pan, picking out dough. Granny, does your dog bite? No child, no. bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat. And he laid that golden fiddle on the ground at Johnny's feet. Johnny said, devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there's ever been. He played Fire on the Mountain, Run, Boys, Run. Devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in the bread, fella picking out dough. Granny with your dog like no child, no.
Oh, thanks, Melinda. Boom, boom. And there you go. Devil Went Down to Georgia from the Charlie's Daniels brand. So this morning, we actually started out right off the bat with a little bit of Bruce, a little bit of Boss, Born in the USA. Facebook promptly said, oh, no, you don't, and shut it down. Facebook, I am so incredibly disappointed with you. Uncle Pete's disappointed with a lot of people right now throughout the country. And, well, I just hope that, man, I hope we can make it a better place. Really, I'm thrilled to be here in the USA. I'm glad that I was born here, grew up here. And that is for people who aren't aware what it's like in other countries. Boy, howdy. It's amazing. Everything that's going on right now, if you were out in the streets doing what you're doing in other countries, guess where you'd be automatically, either dead or in jail. So think about that. Let that sink in for a minute. I certainly hope that you are enjoying your freedoms, because that is what our First Amendment gives us. And that's all the preaching I'm going to do, because we're going to head on over to Facebook. Folks, join me over on the YouTube channel if you'd like. We're going to do a little Kathleen Madigan this morning, just because I want to, and I like to laugh, and she makes me laugh. Absolutely. Really, really enjoy Kathleen Madigan. Meanwhile, be sure and pay a visit to, of course, Natural Therapy Wellness Center, 815-385-8190, McHenryMassage.com, right here in McHenry, Illinois, McHenry County, Illinois, because, of course, a massage can be a great way to pamper yourself. It can also help alleviate or sometimes even cure those ailments and stress that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. And let me tell you, there's a lot of stressful freaking folks out there right now that might stand to do well to give them a call. Natural Therapy Wellness Center, 815-385-8190, McHenryMassage.com, and Facebook Live. Folks, thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Come hang out. And Melinda, you'll see us on the app. Awesome. And everybody else can too. The app, you'll find it. Again, Droid users, you can find it at 21.6 the net on the Google App Store now. So we'll see you there, folks. Here we go. We're gonna get started on wonderful Kathleen Madigan as soon as I can actually find the right button to push. And we're gonna click down here. We're gonna scroll down here. As I'm telling you what I'm doing. Well, see, on the radio, you can't see that I'm sitting here digging into the computer, into my screen here, trying to dig down, and there she is. Here we go, folks. Let's have a little fun the rest of the morning, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Kathleen Madigan.
Thank you so much. Thank you, wow. And another hand for the most overqualified opening act, Mr. Lewis Black. And another hand for Jan Arden, who couldn't be here to sing that in real life, but was nice enough to send that to me in the computer. And a big hand for you people that are borderline alcoholics. You've made it out tonight. I do feel kinship. This is a beer town. I am from a beer town. I'm actually from St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you. You don't have to go. Specifically, I'm from very near Ferguson. Maybe you saw our travel brochure. People are like, really? Are you really from there? Yeah, I am. They're like, can you believe all that happened? Yeah, I can. I Can't believe we kept a lid on that for 25 years. Every day I felt the tension, every day. Even in high school, I came home and I said, I don't really know if our school is that safe anymore, Dad. A girl got stabbed to death in the third floor bathroom. He didn't even stop doing the crossword puzzle. He goes, well, don't use that bathroom. What are you, an idiot, Kathleen? Jesus Christ, use your mind. It's not a very exciting state, Missouri. It's really just in the middle. Clearly, though, to Southerners, it's not. I was in Birmingham, Alabama. I get done with the show, and this guy's at the bar, and he goes, ma'am, I can tell by the way you talk, you're a Yankee. I'm like, sir, I'm from Missouri. And let me tell you this little piece of history. I don't even know if we were in the war. I think we were half and half and just beat the crap out of one another. We never even left our own property, sir. Fight local. That was our bumper sticker. Fight local. Because we couldn't decide. We were half Confederate and half Union. We still can't decide. CNN had a map of the Syrian refugee crisis and the whole map of the United States and who would take them and who wouldn't. The South, yellow, no. The Northeast said, yes, we'll take them, blue. For no reason explained till the very end of the show, Missouri was purple. The only state. And then at the end they go, oh, the purple signifies no decision. They can't make up their minds. Of course we can't make up our minds. I don't really consider it, I don't know what I consider it. I don't know if it's North or South, but I know sometimes when I'm in the South, I see things on bumper stickers. I read things in their newspaper where I think to myself, seriously, I think we may need to have this Civil War again. I'm not sure they got it. I feel like it's beating up a drunk in an alley. And then they wake up, they're like, I'm done ready, come back. No, drunkie, we're not coming back. I was in Louisiana, and you can Google this, because I couldn't believe this was true. It is true. They are teaching children in schools in Louisiana that will accept vouchers. So that's tax money. They're private schools, but they accept vouchers. This is in science class. Now put on your science hat and try to follow this syllogism. They're teaching the kids that the Loch Ness Monster is real. Now, as an aside, I agree with that, but nobody taught me that. I had to stay up really late, watching the Discovery Channel, drinking a lot of wine, and weeding through a lot of crap to make my decision. Anyway, they're teaching the children that the Loch Ness Monster is real, therefore evolution is not real, because the Loch Ness Monster is a dinosaur. I don't even have a joke for that. I just want you to know that. Those are fellow Americans that I think should be airlifted out. Someone needs to get the children. Leave the adults. Take the children. My state is not a state that you really want to brag about. We just try to lay low. That's our best outcome if we're not noticed. Because every time, like Ferguson, that whole thing, that was not exactly something that you feel proud of. 2 summers ago, I turned on CNN somewhere on the road, and it said Missouri State Senate debates. Now, you think the next word would be, healthcare or right to work laws. No, noodling. Yeah. For those of you who don't know what noodling is, congratulations. You have led a very classy life. But I'm going to tell you what it is. Noodling is when hillbilly people get in muddy rivers like the Mississippi or the Missouri River, and they go and they get into water about chest high, and then they go along the riverbank with their hands underneath the water, searching for catfish breeding holes. Then when they find one, they shove their arm in the hole, they wait for the catfish to bite it, then they yank it out, and they've caught a fish. I was not aware that this is illegal in my home state of Missouri. I was also not aware that it is legal in our neighboring state of Oklahoma. I certainly was not aware that we have a Missouri Noodlers Association. CNN sent a young reporter to interview the president of the Missouri Noodlers Association. who immediately became my new hero because for his interview on CNN, he chose not to wear a shirt. She was clearly petrified of the guy. I've never seen anyone hold a microphone further away from another human being. She's Sir, I understand you're the president of the Missouri Noodlers Association. Could you please tell us your position on noodling? He goes, yeah. I'll tell you my position. If I want to shove my arm in a hole and get a fish, you tell me why I can't. So that was the argument for it. I thought, what is the problem? I don't know. Well, they go interview the people against it, and it was basically an environmental group, and they go, well, yeah, our problem with it is twofold. Number one, every time they do this, they're destroying the catfish breeding holes. And number two, and more importantly, sometimes these catfish, especially if near a dam, can grow to be 150 to 250 pounds. So, yes, I swear, Google it. So sometimes when the hillbilly shoves his arm in the hole, the hillbilly does not come back up. But I was like, yeah, but let's think that through. What have we gained and what have we lost? Everything. We might have lost Billy Bob, but somebody just got his brand new truck full of Busch Light. I don't expect people to know much about Missouri. I do expect people to know it's a state. That I do. And there are people. I was in California in a Macy's trying to buy jeans, and the girl, she was young, I'll give her that, but she was one of the girls who talked like that, and she just couldn't be bothered with anything. I go to checkout, and I give her my credit card. She goes, I need to see your license. I go, okay, that is not a problem. And I'm still not sure exactly what happened. I'm going to show you what happened. I gave her my license, and she went, Missouri. No. No? Did you just do a search in your brain and your hard drive came back with nothing, so you negated my whole state? No. Missouri is a very special place to one group of people. And it's the Mormons, not the ones that went to Utah. Joseph Smith, the leader, had a son, Joseph Smith Jr. That man believed that the original Garden of Eden was 35 miles north of Kansas City. Not in Mesopotamia. No. Missouri. They also believe that when Christ comes back, that's where he's going. First stop, Kansas City. He's not going to go to Bethlehem or Jerusalem. He's getting a Southwest flight. And look, I am from Missouri, and if you think Jesus is going back to Kansas City, 35 miles outside of it, by the way, then you must believe that Jesus is a big fan of barbecue and crystal meth, because that is what's happening 35 miles outside of here. My whole family lives there. Well, my parents are in Florida in the winter right now. As most Midwest old people with a car, they leave on December 26th. They're like geese. They just leave. Flocks of them leave for the Midwest. And my parents bought a new car. They haven't had a new car in 10 years. They bought a black Lincoln Town Car. Little did they know that that's one of the more expensive rides on the Uber app. So I, unbeknownst to them, have signed them up to be Uber drivers. Pick up other old people on the way to Florida, make a little spending cash. Because my mom will do whatever the phone says. I'm telling you, Jack, we have to pull over. We're the blue dot, and it's saying pull over. There's people that need a ride for some reason. I don't know why the phone is doing this. It's never done this before, but I'm afraid if we don't, there's going to be a problem, Jack. They go to Sarasota now on that side, but for about 3 years in a row, they went to a place called The Villages. I don't know if any of you have seen it advertised on TV, or if you go to their website, there's nothing like it in the world. It's the largest retirement community in the nation, well, the world probably. It's 35 minutes, or if my mom's driving, 8.5 hours away from the Orlando airport. Some guy thought of it. He thought, I'm going to buy all this crappy swamp land and I'm going to make Nirvana for old people. I'll build it. They will come, and they came. There's 350,000 of them. They have their own zip code. They have their own post office. They've got golf courses, swimming pools. It's really something to be. It really is something. And my parents were there, and I go, oh, good, you're going to be at the Villages? That's great, because I have shows in Florida and I have nowhere to go in between shows. My mom goes, well, you can come over here, but you can't spend the night on the property. I said, why not? She goes, the law at the Villages, Kathleen, is no one under the age of 55 is allowed to spend the night on the property. I said, really, 55? So you're telling me at age 48, I'm going to have to again go get a fake ID. So that I can spend the night with you, Frank's mom. Where would I even go, to like a bingo game and roll an old red-headed lady and go, sorry, I'll have this back in 2 days. I just need it to get into the Villages. I said, Mom, how are they going to know if I'm there? Seriously, like, does an old man come in a golf cart and do bed check every night? Like, what? She goes, yes, that's what I've heard. Yes, that's what I think happens. I said, well, I'm going to come there, and I am going to spend the night, but I will meet you halfway, so you're not nervous. I'm going to sleep in my tennis shoes, sports bra, and T-shirt and shorts. And if I hear the golf cart, I'm going to get up, and I'm going to run into the family room, and I'm going to hide behind the lazy boy, because in my own mind, Mom, I'm going to pretend like I'm in the last scene of The Sound of Music, and we're the Von Trapps on top of the convent, hiding behind tombstones from the Nazis. And then when the golf cart guy shines his flashlight, just for my own amusement, I want to pop out from behind it and go, don't do it, Ralph. You're not one of them. Don't take us. Come with us. And then I'm going to laugh and laugh. He won't laugh, but I don't care. That's not the point. I'm going to laugh. And then I'm going to run by him, Mom, and I'm going to run away, and I'm going to make it over the whole border of the Villages. I want to make it to freedom. And do you know how I know I'm confident I can do that? Because I am the only person out of 350,000 that has both of their real knees, Mom. I am the Usain Bolt of this community. I don't think you're respecting my powers. Parents are getting older. There's moments where you're hanging out with them and you're like, wow, are you actually going crazy in front of me? Like, should I call someone? I don't know what to do. I was in Target with my mom. She opened her wallet and all her credit cards were individually wrapped in tinfoil. She unwraps one and hands it to me as if that's a completely normal exchange of information. I go, we're not going to talk about that? She goes, talk about what, Kathleen? I go, the tinfoil, Mom. The tinfoil. She goes, well, obviously you have not been keeping up with the news. I said, no, I actually thought I had been. Well, then you must have missed the story about the ray gun people. Who are the ray gun people? She said, well, your father and I saw it on 2040 or 6080 or 100 minutes, whatever. Those serious, it was a very serious program. There are people now, Kathleen, with computer ray guns, and they can shoot that ray gun through my purse, through my wallet, and they gather all of your personal information off of that strip on the back of your debit card. They can shoot through your father's ass at a gas station, right through his ass into his wallet. I thought, okay, my mom's not stupid. She was a nurse for a million years, so I called my friend in Boston who's been a cop forever. And I asked him about the ray gun people and told him about the tinfoil. He said 2 things, Kathleen. Number 1, no, I have not heard about the ray gun people. But in fairness to your mom, I haven't checked my work email in 3 days. Now, number 2, and more importantly, what I do know from being a cop for 20 years is that crazy people love tinfoil. You don't need to tell your mother. I'm just telling you so you know that is a fact. An old cop told me that always carry tinfoil in your squad card. If you come across someone who's having a psychotic break or maybe someone in a drug frenzy, you just tear off a piece of tinfoil, you calmly walk over and go make a hat. And the
whole situation diffuses right away.
They drive to Florida because my mom won't fly anymore. The fear of flying has literally gone over the edge with her. It started years ago. And I do feel sorry for people who have that fear because it is real. And you see people at airports, you can always tell because their hands, their palms are real sweaty. They'll talk to anyone. God forbid the time of departure changes. Then they completely unravel. They're like, this is it. I think this plane's broken and they're going to fly it. Don't you? Yeah, I do. Today is the day. American Airlines is going to go give it a whirl. I don't care. What? Every part can't be that important. But it's weird to me that strangers, there will always be a stranger who will say to another stranger, oh, you shouldn't have a fear of flying because I'll tell you what, you have a better chance of being in a car crash than you do of being in a plane crash. And I want to say, but I won't because it would be mean. Yeah, but you have a much better chance of getting in a forgettable car crash than you do of being in a forgettable plane crash.
True. Very true.
No way you're going to be in a plane crash, go to work on Monday, and then Wednesday look at somebody you work with and go, did I forget to tell you? On the way home from Milwaukee, my plane crash, I don't know if you saw that on CNN. I was the lady running through the cornfield. My hair had caught on fire because I'm nearsighted and I'd lost my glasses. In the turbulence, I actually ran towards the explosion versus away from the explosion. That's why I called in sick yesterday, because my head hurt. Because it had been on fire. And I fly every week, and I've never even thought about what if something happened to the plane until missing Malaysian Flight 370, which I am admittedly obsessed with. My youngest brother, who I talk to almost every day, has banned me from speaking about it.
You guys remember this? This was something
Kelly,
else.
If you bring it up, I'm going to hang up. It's been almost 2 years. I don't want to hear anything that you've read on the internet. I don't want to hear what you and your drunk friends decided happened to it. He goes, you've never been obsessed with a plane crash. What is the problem with that sentence, Pat? You just said plane crash. We don't know if this plane crashed, do we? That's why I'm obsessed with it. About 7 months ago, they found a wing of a 777 in the Indian Ocean. That's what that plane was, a 777. And they sent that wing to the French. I do not know why the French are in charge of science. I'd have given it to the Germans, but whatever. They actually came out and said, well, yeah, this definitely is the wing of a 777, but we cannot confirm it's missing Malaysian Flight 370. Well, has anyone else called lost and found looking for a wing? They found another little piece like 3 days ago, but all it says is that it just says do not step here. So it could be that or a ladder. Who knows? Nobody knows. And I watch every minute of the coverage. And my brother goes, I don't get it. I go, because it's the biggest news story of our lifetime, Patrick. I'm sorry. I've assumed my entire life that when we bought in a ticket in an airplane to go over a large body of water, I thought the whole time we were up here, someone smarter than us on the ground at all times knew where we were. I did. I believe that. Yeah, well, that's certainly not the case. Cat is out of the bag. They got nothing. Boston to Dublin, Texas. When you get there, man, it gets a little weird after Nova Scotia. They don't really tell people that, but as soon as you get a Guinness, give us a holler and let us know everything's all right. They covered it on CNN for 72 days. And people were complaining, it's too much coverage. I'm like, no, it's not. This is wonderful because they have no new information. So now they just have to make up conversation. I mean, it got to the point where the experts were like building paper airplanes going, okay, here's what I think happened. All right. It was windy. Come on, turn on the fan. Stay with me, Bob. Somebody put water in the trash can. That's my ocean. Come on. But I watched it because every day they would go live to the city of Kuala Lumpur to a Hilton hotel for a press conference from the Malaysian Airlines spokesman. I have never felt so sorry for any individual in their job because every day he had no new information and he had to face a ballroom full of Chinese people because there are 239 missing people, most Chinese. Their families have been flown in. He couldn't even make eye contact. He would just come out and go, yeah, well, once again, I have no new information on Flight 370. It's a very bad situation. We cannot find our airplane. We have called Australia. They're going to help us look for our airplane. Sometimes you lose something, you can't find it, and you have to ask for help. Hey, have you seen my keys? That's the kind of situation. Sorry. And he would leave. I'm like, this is a real airline. They're open today. I check every day. I Google. This is a real working airline. And the Chinese people were so kind, I thought, and patient. He would come out day after day with this, nothing. There was very little reaction. Week 3, he came out. Once again, I have no new information on flight. We still cannot find our airplane. It's a really, really, really bad situation. We do know this now, though. We have been looking in the wrong ocean. What? Yeah, that ocean wrong. Maybe now over here, we're going to look over here, next ocean. The wrong ocean. That is an acceptable statement in the year 1492 regarding a boat. I don't know where it went, man. I told you the world was flat. Maybe it just fell off. I don't know. It's not an acceptable statement in the year 2014. Unbelievable. And once again, the Chinese people, they just didn't really react. And I thought, oh my God, that's the day where my Irish temper, every single valve would have burst. I would have had a can of Aquanet and a lighter, and that man would have burst into a pillar of fire, a biblical pillar of fire on CNN International. And I would have done it knowing full well I'm going to be arrested and tried for murder, which would have been fine. And I would say, yes, please let me take the witness stand, because I don't care what question I'm asked, I have a 2-word answer. Miss Madigan, is it true that you took Aquanet and a lighter into the ballroom? Wrong ocean.
Oh my Lord! Wrong ocean. Wrong ocean. Oh man! We're going to pause just for a second here because we're going to let part 3 of this bit here play us out for the morning. I am Uncle Pete in the morning. This is 216 the net, 216thenet.com. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. Hope you guys are having a great Monday so far and having a good time. We'll be back, of course, tomorrow. Uncle Pete in the morning, 6 to 8, Monday through Thursday, 6 to 7 for the Power Hour playlist on Fridays, and then 7:15 a.m. What's in Your Loaf with Deacon Skeet. This week's going to be a little different on that. I may need to. We'll figure it out. So we're going to have some. Meanwhile, we'll get back to Kathleen for the last few minutes of the morning, and then we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging in there with me today.
Unbelievable. The Chinese people, though, still pretty kind. Day 72, for those of you not obsessed with missing airplanes, that's the last day of hope because the pinger device can no longer possibly operate. There's the black box, and then there's a ping thing that emits a sonar sound. Now, this is assuming one had put batteries in their ping device. Yeah, Google this. About 5 months ago, they had a little secret announcement because they thought everybody forgot. Yeah, one more thing about that airplane. We never had batteries in that. Yeah, sorry. Well, you know, sometimes at home, your remote control, your batteries go dead, and you go to a different remote control, and you take those batteries, and you put them in this remote control, and then later on, you go for the other old one, you go, uh-oh, I forgot. That's what happened. Sorry. They are open. So, day 72. At the time, the Chinese people don't know that there's no batteries. They believe there were batteries in it. He comes out, and I thought, whatever you do, just don't say it the same way. Phrase it differently. No. He came out. Yeah, once again, I have no new information on Flight 370. And finally, the Chinese people lost their minds. An old man, rose back, flicked a lit cigarette at that man's head live on TV. Sadly, my first thought was, wow, you can still smoke inside in a Hilton in Malaysia. Note to self, vacation in Kuala Lumpur. Take different airline. Check Southwest. That airline's ridiculous. And then the older women started losing it, literally having heart attacks. 911 is being called. It's bedlam. They have finally reached their maximum potential of patience. They're out of it. I happen to be home watching it with my parents. My dad, who does not like public displays of emotion, was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, they got to get it together. They got to get it together. Do they know they're on television? Are they aware that people can see? My mom interrupts with, and I have 6 siblings. Well, Jack, you have to understand it's extra sad for the Chinese people because they only have one child. I go, hold on a second. So are you saying, Mom, it would only be a 7th as sad if I went missing forever? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes. You may not want to hear that, but that's the truth. I mean, we have 6 other children. They have children. Your father and I have casino buffet tickets. We are leading a full life.